And welcome back to Colbertradio.com. Here we got Brooke's favorite segment, sports. She's always chiming in on sports, isn't she? So let's take a look and see what's happening in the world of sports today. As you know, I always like to start off with Major League Baseball. There's one thing I was always very simpatico with when it came to George Carlin. It was his love for baseball, because it's not really an aggression sport. It's more of it's a very spiritual kind of game, actually, baseball, when the guys stop swearing at each other and spitting tobacco juice on the ground. So what is going on in Major League Baseball? Starting tonight, huge series starts tonight. The Atlanta Braves are 3 games back of the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League East. They have a 3-game stand starting tonight. If the Braves can sweep the Phillies, they will tie for first place in the National League East. And this is not. And there's another series between these two teams, like right at the end of the season.
When does the season end?
The season ends actually the weekend of Leukemia Cup, October 2nd, I think. I think that's the last weekend. Oh. So the Braves have a stand against the Phillies here, and then they play a couple other teams, and then a series against the Phillies. So they have a chance to catch them, and they've done this before. Mm-hmm. If any of you are Braves fans out there, you would go back to 1991, I think it was, when the Braves were 9.5 games back or something behind San Francisco after the All-Star break, and we caught them, and that was the beginning of, was it 14 or 15 straight division championships? The Atlanta Braves, a record I seriously doubt is going to be broken anytime in the near future. All right, in the American League East, New York is still a half a game in front of Tampa Bay. When those two teams get together, that's going to be an awesome series. Tampa Bay, what in the hell is the matter with you people? Why aren't your stands just teeming over with fans in there? You're in a hunt against the New York Yankees. You got a real shot at taking the American League East. Minnesota and Texas have the Central and Western divisions sewn up. There's no even point in talking about it. That's done. In the National League East, again, Phils and Braves, that's a race. Braves are 3 games back. Cincinnati is pretty much sewn up the Central Division. Cincy will probably host a series there. In the National League West, amazing. San Francisco has actually caught the San Diego Padres and passed them. But that's not the thing of it. What a lot of people are telling you to watch out for is look who is coming on. The Colorado Rockies have come out of nowhere. I mean, they have just been beating the living daylights out of everybody they've been coming up against. And I mean, they are like a freight train heading to the station with no brakes. I mean, the Rockies are coming on. It would not surprise me to see the Colorado Rockies slip in there and take it away from San Francisco and San Diego. At the moment, it's San Francisco's to lose. If they don't lose another game, they win their division. In the NCAA football, talk a little bit of football? Sure. You like NCAA football? What's your favorite college football team, Brooke?
I don't.
Well, let's see. You went to Tufts University?
No,
you went to Boston?
No, I went to Salisbury University for undergraduate. Then I went to Simmons College.
Right. But these were in Boston, weren't they? One of your colleges was in Boston.
Yeah.
Which one was it?
Simmons.
Simmons was in Boston.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you like, Boston College or... Where were you born?
Maryland.
Maybe you like the Maryland Terrapins.
I guess.
They're okay. They're all right.
I had to.
Yeah, if you got to pick. Well, I'm sorry, they didn't do so well this weekend. They clocked. The Gamecocks win again. And against what was actually a very good Furman team, which is an FCIS school. They're not Division I.
What's FCIS?
That's the lower echelons of college football. They're all in like different leagues. Smaller schools like Furman, the Citadel, schools like that, Samford, they're not considered Division I college schools. It's just based upon their student population, their athletic facilities, things like that.
But they can
play. They can play each other.
Is that baseball too, or is that the World Series?
No, it's just football. Okay. You see, the reason teams like the Citadel will agree to go out and play teams like, I don't know, Arizona or Texas or something. Yeah, they're going to get their clocks cleaned, but it's a big payday for the school.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're guaranteed minimum of $500,000 to show up.
Oh, they get paid?
Oh God, yes, huge amounts of money.
Really?
Huge. I think it's a minimum of $500,000 for the team to show up and play the game.
Really?
Yes. That's why these smaller schools agree to go and take a whooping from the bigger schools, because it's a huge payday. They have to go and what?
Who pays them?
It comes from gate receipts.
Oh.
At least I'm thinking about it. You gotta, if you fill up, what was it, Soldier Field in Los Angeles? That's so. No, that was in Chicago. There's a big stadium somewhere in Los Angeles. 100,000 people, I'd say. The Rose Bowl. There was 100,000 people. If the average ticket for the Rose Bowl is, say, we'll just say $10. How much money is that? That $10 million or something? You just add up the number of zeros and you got it. So your gate receipt alone is going to be the millions, and actually it's going to be a whole lot more than $10 a ticket to get in. I guarantee you. You're going to look at an average of around $50 a ticket. So they'll pull in, just in gate receipts, if they fill up the stands, $50 million. No, $5 million. Take 100,000, that's 5 zeros. Take 50, that's 6 zeros. And then 10 times that, that's $50 million in gate receipts.
That's insane, really.
Yes, really? Yes, for a game.
And so the team that comes, that's the away team or whatever that's coming, they get paid a
minimum of $500,000, and it's probably a lot more than that. Because everybody's going to show up this game. They're going to have a good time. They feel really sure their team is going to win, unless you're the University of South Carolina. Because when we do stuff like this, we wind up losing to the team we bring in to beat. I remember when the Citadel came up to Columbia to play South Carolina to get a big payday, and not only to get paid, they beat us. And left just laughing hysterically while the Gamecocks sat out there stunned.
Huh, maybe I should, I don't know.
Take up football or something like that.
Well,
now you don't
get
paid
so
much.
Get paid that.
No, but the players get a free college education. They get room and board, free medical care. I mean,
I just love how sports is always the most important thing in an educational institution.
Absolutely. Well, you know, there you go. Now the University of South Carolina Gamecocks are up to number 12 in the national rankings. Out of all these key schools, they think we're the 12th best school. And we got a huge game coming up against Auburn this weekend. Clemson had a tough loss at Auburn, and now we got to go to Auburn. And it was just heartbreaking that Clemson lost it. They tied it up. They put 3 points on the board at the end, and to tie it. And there was a penalty. They were called for illegal procedure, and they had to move him back 5 yards and re-kick the field goal. And he made it the first time. The second time, the kicker missed. Game over. Clemson lost. Those poor people. Notre Dame lost to Michigan State. Now, I'm a bit of a Notre Dame fan. But here's the big thing I think of. Last year, University of Connecticut, the UConn Huskies, were a very good team. They went to a bowl game. They played the University of South Carolina, and they beat us. I mean, they beat us fair and square. They certainly deserved that win. And now, this year, how things have changed. Because UConn lost to Temple. The Temple Owls beat UConn. And it's amazing to me that no one seems to be talking about the fact that Temple beat UConn. This is definitely, UConn must have lost a lot of players from last year. Okay, I think that's going to be it for us. NFL. Bears are 2-0. Texans 2-0. Packers 2-0. Tampa Bay's 2-0. Steelers and Dolphins are 2-0. But the Chiefs are 2-0. Look at this. But the Browns are 0-2, Bills 0-2, Lions 0-2, Vikings are 0-2. See how you like having Brett Favre play for you now. Panthers are 0-2, and Dallas Cowboys, the team that a lot of people are picking to go to the Super Bowl this year, have lost their first 2 games. And one of them was to the Washington Redskins. Anyway.
Yeah, how many have the Redskins won?
Redskins are 1-1. The Redskins lost this weekend.
Oh, okay.
But they beat Dallas, and then they lost to, I've forgotten. No, close. Oh, Texans. The Texans beat the Houston Texans beat the Washington Redskins. It's close, 30-27. They managed to score some points. So anyway, we'll be right back with Colbertradio.com. That's it for sports. So Margot, you can turn us back on again.